record to this computer. What have been the difficulties for you for taking part in an empathy circle? So I'll speak to Celia.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel stuck in getting better at listening somehow. That I'd like to kind of grow faster in my listening abilities, and I'm not quite sure, how to do that with the empathy circle the way it is right now.
Right. So for right now, how the setup of the empathy circle is, or what it offers, it has also a frustration for you, like feeling stuck and wanting to know more, but the circle by itself does not seem to provide that.
Yeah, and there were some exercises you did, that I felt like I learned, something kind of new. I had like new perspectives. I don't know if I can't remember what it was, like appreciation or, whatever. I can't remember exactly, but I felt like, oh, great, I'm learning. I'm really, there was like something new that I was learning, it's like something I hadn't kind of seen before. So I really, it's those kind of learnings that I'm looking for.
Right. So you still feel learning some more is more satisfactory, like one of the exercises that I gave to you, and then you say, oh wait, now I learned something more, and that still is not included in the circle, in the empathy circle.
Right. And so I see, I kind of am like, I'm kind of holding myself back, saying, just like you had a nice explanation, this is really a basic first step,
Yeah.
And my thought is we need a super well refined, articulated first step.
Right.
It's like, we can go on to all these other cool things, all these cool peak experiences, but I got to really stay and focus on this first step and make the first step so easy that anyone can just take it and kind of get started. So I'm kind of like holding myself back to just really focus on this first step. And yeah.
So on one hand, you would want to expand, but also on the other hand, if we can make this empathy circle so accessible to everybody and so easy with little and small basic steps, that would be satisfactory for you too.
Yeah, so it's like falling off a cliff, right? You take the first step, and just like you just start falling into the empathy, off the empathy cliff, and then all the momentum kind of starts taking shape. But it's, so
that you would want to know more there.
Yeah, and that there would be kind of steps, future other steps too.
Sure.
Because it seems like if you kind of get going in this direction, it starts you in the direction, you can use it right away. And how do we kind of make that so desirable, to get people started? And so
like you feel already in this basic course, you would, if people can get the feel that they can step by step and start rolling, and then that they would feel they have also hunger to go further, and it would be with those same kind of steps.
Yeah, So and the next thing beyond that is something about feeling. It's something about, I think the sort of a next step is, how do I get more into the articulate the felt experience? And we've talked about that. It's like, okay, the next step is articulating what we're doing and then getting into the feeling, which is what you were doing with in your little plan, your steps that you had. You're like, well, what is the person feeling? So becoming very attuned to felt experience.
Right, that the felt experience is very important for you to incorporate in this basic empathy circle, but how to do that and how to combine it, but that's something that you're missing right now.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay,
great.
Thank you. Bill, well, 3 times you. Okay, so for me, it was in the beginning a little shock because I thought I had to feedback exactly what the person had said, and I got nervous to not provide and doubted my own memory, and still have that when people talk about things that I have no clue about, you know, words, ideas, expressions, and situations, or companies, or even films and movies that I have never heard of, you know. So then I don't know the words, and I think, oh gosh, I miss it. And it's interesting that that should not happen, that worry, you know. But so I had, I'm still thinking of how can that be avoided, that worry that you capture everything is not there, because that means that you're not listening, you know. So yeah, I'll stop there.
Okay. So the difficulties that you had were basically technical in nature, as far as if somebody used a reference that you weren't familiar with, or a vocabulary word that you just didn't know, or things like that. And that caused some nervousness.
Yeah.
And so what you're seeking to do is to eliminate that nervousness as much as possible.
Yeah, and how could I help for people to step beyond that? And even though Edwin had said, "Don't worry, just give back what you heard," you know, you hear the others saying it so exactly that you think, no, I should do like them, you know.
So even though Edwin is a good egg and he tried to kind of put you at ease,
yeah.
You know, your own standards or your own upbringing or whatever, your own judgment, you know, said, no, I have to get this right.
Right. Also, because I really understood it is something different than what I did until then, which is really deep listening, going to the underlying stream, and especially the felt experience, and help the person from that perspective lead the conversation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So again, this was a contrast. So this was a difficulty there was a shift in contrast in the orientation from more casual kind of surface type of stuff to real deep listening and deep, you know, deeper therapy.
And I'm not sure if that is what I mean to say, that I am used to listen to the deep one, and this one was only the words and what was said, and not what the person really meant or was after. Yeah.
So again, we have the contrast between more casual and then a deeper, more structured even.
Right.
I assume one-to-one. So then this was focusing on the words, and so that was a difference, and also, you know, just, and it was a point of difficulty for you because of the technicalities involved. Yes,
and why it brings a little difficulty for me, or brought, I get better at it, is that it stops the thinking process of that person, because he has to listen to the reflection first before he can continue.
Okay. So in this process, there's a natural sort of limit on how deep you can go because of the structure, which then makes the speaker stop and listen to the reflection before you go on. Right.
And so now I have to pick up where I was, and then because I had to listen to you to see if you heard me correctly. So on the other hand, it is also about these short moments. You know, it is not about deep underlying problems.
Right. So in this example, it's so that you had to kind of stop your own process to see if I was reflecting you correctly. and it's not about the deep underlying problems, which I kind of sense you can see swimming down there as
Right.
you kind of, but that's not this process. So you come
Right.
to terms with this process, its
Right.
limitations and its usefulness.
Yes, 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 yes. And I see the usefulness indeed in quick first learning, at least to feedback each other's words. I mean, that alone. Yeah.
Right. And so you're seeing the great benefit from just that simple step
Yeah.
of feeding, you know, listening to each other's words.
Yeah. And I had to relearn that, or, because I never did it that way either. Yeah.
So you had to relearn that skill, even though you've been going deeper, and sense also appreciation for having done that.
Yes. Yes, very much so. Thank you. I feel Bill.
Okay, Edwin. Okay.
And yep. And
What did I say?
yeah.
I like the. Let's see. I spelled evangelize wrong. The process I really have enjoyed for the ability to really connect with people. And, you know, I certainly would agree with everything that Edwin said, and so you said, and everybody, other people have said about the power of that. And then I'd like to see the practice spread, but don't want to evangelize. I remember when I'm old enough, I guess we're all old enough to remember Est and Werner, whatever his name is. So my aunt and uncle said, you know, yeah, we're into Est, but we don't want to be Est holes. And I kind of took that to heart, you know, because I really do believe in the, you know, in the process of the listening circle. Sorry. I do believe in the process of a listening circle, but you know, in promoting it, you know, I might not, you know, I'm not listening. I'm sort of going, you know, I'm going out there. So I want to promote it, and, you know, but I just want to do it in a way that feels very authentic.
Okay, so you appreciate the process, and you want to see it spread, but you're concerned about sort of evangelizing, which really means to sort of pressure people. So you're kind of looking at for how to spread it without it being like a pressure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And thank you. I feel heard. That's what.
Okay.
I will say I've gotten some ideas, so there's a little bit more.
Okay, so you have some ideas on how to do this.
Well, just one of the things about the structure, it was because as we talk, so one of the things I thought about the structure, like putting the structure out first, which is good. Yeah, there is structure here, but structure towards what? What's the benefit from that? And I think that if we say, well, structure in order to basically elicit this great listening skill and empathic reservoir that you have within you, then that's the reason for the structure. And so people are looking for that, and then people are looking to experience that. And I think the practice will give them that authentically. So that was just one idea about you know, presenting the structure and saying, yeah, this is a structure in order to focus you on this great skill, this great natural reservoir that you have.
So you're talking about the structure of it and sort of explaining that there is a structure to it. It does have benefits to it, and here are the here's the benefits, is that it's tapping into this resource that this capacity, this deep capacity that you have. So it's sort of showing the benefits of the process or the structure of it.
Right, helps you focus. Thank you, I feel heard.
Okay, great. So I think that was it. Stop. And Let me stop the recording.